Hi viewers, welcome to Green Treasure. The presentation is about Poplar Cotton Menace in Kashmir, a growing threat to health, environment and quality of life. As a responsible citizen and environmentally conscious person, it's our commitment to make cleaner, greener and healthier Kashmir. The presentation will highlight facts, health impact and control, will cover botanical health and management aspects. First of all, let's be clear that the cotton in question is botanically not a true cotton. Its biological nature is from a poplar tree, which is Poplar species. It is not a cotton which is obtained from a gossypium tree. In fact, it is basically a trichome of a seeds of a poplar tree. And this presentation will highlight the nature of the poplar tree and its nature of the cotton and different health aspects of the Poplar Cotton Menace in Kashmir. Let us first discuss the taxonomy and the background of the poplar tree. It is a poplar which is a populus in Kashmir. Its taxonomic description is its genus is Populus. It belongs to family Salicaceae and the key species one is Populus deltoides, which is eastern cottonwood, commonly named as Populus nigra, black poplar, and Populus celata, which is Himalayan poplar. So basically they were introduced in 1980s to 1990s under World Bank aided social forestry scheme for timber, pulp and fuel wood. As a tree, it is dioecious, that is male and female trees are separate. So poplar basically was widely planted in Kashmir for fast growth, economic return, and only female trees produce the cotton-like seed floss. The issue arises due to large-scale planting of female clones. First of all, let us discuss one by one the taxonomic description of these three plants in question. The first is the Populus deltoides, and for ready reference, you have a taxonomic position here. Classification, as you have seen, it belongs to a family Salicaceae, and you will see the tree basically is a native from eastern North America, but originally misinterpreted as Russian poplar. What are the key characteristics? If you will see the leaves, bark and the flowers, as I said, it is dioecious, means male and female plants are separate. So from these you will get the key characteristics for identification. You will see from the leaves, it has leaves which are with long deltoid leaves with long petiole, and it has dioecious male and female separate tree, and you will see the male, this catkin, which is long drooping and it's reddish in color, and then the female one is green in color, and this is responsible for this cottony seed fluff which is coming out of these green ones from female trees. So bark is deeply furrowed. Bark is furrowed when a mature tree. It's a fast growing, large deciduous tree. These are some of the characteristics of the Populus deltoides which has been introduced in Kashmir under a World Bank sponsored scheme in 1980s. To be more clear, let us understand the male Populus deltoides. A male catkin looks like this. So male tree produces reddish purple pollen catkins and do not produce cotton fluff. While as female Populus deltoides, female cotton producing tree, it is having a green catkin that later splits open and releasing characteristics white cotton-like seed fluff, and this cotton-like seed fluff is seen in Kashmir during spring and early summer. So you have seen the difference between the male and the female Populus deltoid, which is responsible for a cotton menace in Kashmir. About Populus nigra, which is basically black popular. It's also a deciduous tree. All of them are deciduous because they will have a leaf fall during autumn. Tall deciduous tree with broad spreading crown, dark gray to blackish deeply fissured bark, triangular to diamond shaped leaves, and of course belonging to family Salicaceae. The importance is as an agroforestry and avenue plantation, and it helps in soil stabilization and also is used in urban areas as windbreak formations. It's valuable for timber, plywood and ecological restoration. So you will see here, this is basically overall key characteristics. A tree looks like this, is tall, and then the leaves are looking like this, and bark is of this nature. These are the catkins, and this is the overall which is used in avenue plantation. Then coming to one more popular, which is also growing in Kashmir, which is called as Populus celata. It's also named as the Himalayan poplar. It is a native Himalayan poplar species found in temperate mountain regions. You will see its leaves, large ovate leaves with having a margins which will be serrated margins. And then it has a smooth grey bark when young, and that becomes rough with age also. So it is commonly grows along streams, valley and moist slopes. This Populus celata is also growing in Kashmir, but not at a large scale. So we have Populus nigra, we have Populus celata, and these are certain characteristic features of all of these. What is the botanical nature of cotton? So botanical nature of cotton, basically it's not a true cotton, and its seeds, it is seeds floss at the fluff, a tuft silky hairs, which is trichomes attached to tiny seeds. The hairs are made up of cellulose. It's light, dry, and is easily carried. And wind dispersal mechanism for a reproduction season. Its peak dispersal is April to June in Kashmir Valley. One mature female tree can release millions of seeds, and urban areas experience a snowfall of cotton, which is responsible for May illness because it is more abundant in these months, and it causes some of the illnesses which of course is not related with the cotton, and we will discuss it in coming slides. So botanically it is not basically a cotton, true cotton. The true cotton, which is a cyclorenchyma fiber, and here it is basically an outgrowth which is a trichome and is responsible basically for wind dispersal mechanism because of its lightweight. So this is, you see here a cotton which is prevalent during these months, April to June in Kashmir. What is the botanical nature of a cotton popular? As we have seen here that this popular cotton is from a female tree, which is a catkin which gets open. It has seeds, and those seeds are responsible for these tiny trichomes. They are responsible for carrying them to far off distances. So the cotton, which is fluff, is an adaptation for wind dispersal basically, as it is light, dry, and it can be easily carried across towns, a reason that urban areas experience visible snowfall. That visible snowfall of cotton during late spring, which is also called as the May illness. As you will see, the characteristics of this deltoid, we have seen leaf structure, bark, how buds are there. But the one thing which I would like to highlight here is the root system. So it has a deep and extensive root system, strong laterals and root suckers. So I stress this point here because whenever we go for cutting the female trees, we keep the stump there, and because of a regenerative power which is called as the coppice regeneration in this, we produce, if we cut one tree, you get 10 or more than that from this root suckers. Before we discuss the health effects of these poplars, let us make it clear first that the three species, out of the three species, Populus deltoides is creating much of the cotton menace because it is a fast growing species, and it is also releasing much of the cotton. The volume of the cotton is much. While as the other three species, like as Populus celata, which is a slow growing species, it takes 30 to 40 years to get maturity, and it produces seeds, cotton, floss, which is late because of late maturity between mid-June to mid-July. So it is not responsible for the for May illness, and also they are not planted in large scale on large scale. So because of the less volume of these cotton fibers, cotton the menace, the nuisance is less. But since we have the Populus deltoid, which has been introduced at a very large scale, and having much of the female clones which produce the cotton in large volume, which creates an health effects. So let us discuss now the adverse health impacts. It is leading to respiratory irritation and also causing an allergic response. There can be ocular, eye, or skin irritations also, and because SECMS as well as the J&K Pollution Control Board, they note a seasonal rise in respiratory complaints during May to June. We will discuss health effects one by one, but one interesting thing here is that as the experts also speak now, popular floss or cotton is not a protein allergen. It's not a protein allergen like pollen, but it mechanically irritates airways and transport other allergens. So itself, the cotton is not an allergen, and also speaking that this cotton is not a true cotton. It is basically a trichome which is made up of cellulose. Popular cotton health impact data, which is being presented by Sher Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences and other health departments, J&K Expert Committee 2020, GMC Srinagar, Dr. Naveed Shah 2016, and other public health reporters. So this table clearly suggests that you have Here, the cotton key findings on cotton fluff. Since seed too large to enter bloodstream, cotton is a visible fluff only. So what will be the adverse effect? No direct allergy. As I said, it's not an allergen itself. It does not have the pollen. But pollen present simultaneously is a main trigger, because it may in a fiber you may have the pollens of the other species, other plants. And its observed conclusion is that cotton fluff is not a primary allergen. So what's the primary allergen? Primary allergen can be a pollen of any other plant which is entangled into this cotton. J&K expert committee suggested that no scientific evidence linking fluff to respiratory infections, but it has an adverse effect that is a nuisance value, because irritation of nose, throat, eyes, it acts as a carrier for pollen, dust and microbes. And no allergy causation, but creates nuisance in urban areas. GMC Srinagar and Dr. Naveed Shah suggests that 18.2% allergic to popular pollen only. And see the comparison here. House dust 92%. So it is only here 18.2%. Lawn grass 73%. Pine 65%. Chinar 95.3%. So we have here an invisible pollen that is causing havoc, that is greater than visible cotton in the allergy cases. So I think it's getting clear that it's not the main culprit for the disorders. Public health report suggests that cotton fluff peaks April to June. It causes cough, sneeze, runny nose, asthma flare-ups, eye irritation reported by patients. But basically, seasonal correlations, not proven causations. So this is the health impact data. And what is the policy now of from the government of Jammu and Kashmir? Policy is that female poplars to be phased out from hospitals, schools, dense areas due to nuisance value. I think it is clear. Coming to the respiratory disorders or the irritations that causes the cough, sore throat, nasal congestion from inhaled fibers. Though it cannot choke because it is too large, but these respiratory irritations can be caused by the cotton. As you see, one is cough, sore throat, nasal congestion, and which can be due to the inhaling of the fibers. So these are the common symptoms of this. Coming to allergic responses, since it acts as a carrier for the protein, which I have made clear. Dust, fungal spores, it can cause rhinitis, asthma flare-ups, and these allergic responses to popular cotton seed fluff. And this cotton-like fluff from female trees can act as a carrier for allergens, such as pollen dust, mites, fungal spores, pollutants leading to allergic reactions. That can be sneezing, that can be runny nose or stuffy nose. There can be itchy water eyes. There can be sore throat. There can be wheezing, and there can be an asthma attacks. So this is an allergic response to popular cotton, which is a seed fluff. Then we have an ocular and skin irritations, which can be in mechanical itching, conjunctivitis, dermatitis. So ocular and skin irritations caused by popular cotton seed fluff can be redness, itching in eyes, there can be watery eyes, and there can be burning sensations, and there can be swelling of the eyelids also. So these are some of the causes which are due to these pollens, popular cotton seed fluffs. And on the skin portion which can cause the skin irritation. There can be redness of the skin, there can be itching, there can be a rash development, dryness, hives can be created there, and there can be an inflammation also. So this skin irritation caused by poplar cotton, there can be redness, there can be itching, there can be hives, and these they can be dry, flaky skin, and also there can be inflammations, and which are responsible for these skin irritations. Now, since we have seen that it has an adverse health impact, now how to go for the prevention and the control measures? Since we have to see that the plant cover has to be there, so there should be only planting of the male clones only. Avoid planting female clones. And J&K Forestry Department advisory since 2015 suggested pruning, that is, remove female catkin before seed set. And then urban planning suggests avoid female poplar near schools, hospitals, and housing. Public hygiene, regular street sweeping, water sprinkling during season. Personal protection, one should wear masks, have closed windows, have air purifiers for sensitive groups. And the control focuses on reducing seed source. So we have a strategy since trees are already mature, and a gradual replacement with male trees in the long-term strategy. So prevention and control measures. We have prevention and control measures at tree level first. At tree level first, what we have to do, we have to manage poplar trees at the source to reduce cotton seed fluff nuisance. First, you replace female poplar trees. First, identify female trees and then replace them. Replace with male trees. And you can go for alternative, and you can replace female trees with male trees. You can go for the alternative species and other popular species than the deltoids, or you can use salix, and you can use elenthus, other species of different plants. And also you should go for the prune and manage crown. Go for the pruning and crown management. And the third thing is, which is very important, you should also control suckering. As I said, it has a very regenerative power. That regenerative power is when the suckers are there, they grow for other plants. So when a female plant is to be controlled, you have to take out the stump, or you have to take out the suckers also, and maintain a proper spacing in the plantation, and also care for the tree health, and it can reduce the cotton nuisance. So this is how prevention and control of popular cotton tree at a popular cotton at a tree level can be dealt. Now you have a urban planning. You have a smart urban planning, that is for fluff-free city. You avoid female poplars near schools, hospitals, and housing. Urban planning is basically you avoid planting female trees, and you prefer male poplar trees which are non-fluff species, and you increase species diversity, which is a resilient urban forest creation, and you plan green corridors and use other plants like as willow and ailanthus and other species that will manage. A smart urban planning will manage, and that will result in a cotton reduction in the cotton menace, and also will have reduced allergen load and respiratory issues. And it will also improve the air quality and microclimate. It will provide shade. It will lower urban heat also. This is a smart urban planning which is to be taken into operation, and it will improve the storm water management also. It will enhance the well-being and the quality of life, and it saves on health costs and maintenance. So that is a smart urban planning. Then one more measure, which is the mechanical measure to control popular cotton. That is, you go for the pruning of female inflorescences catkin. You take mechanical measures, though it is cumbersome. At a very small scale, it can be taken. You take the, before they go for the maturation, you take out these catkins, which is a management by using long sketchers, and which can be the different tools and with safety can be used for pruning techniques, and there can be an optimal time for pruning also, which is taken before that seeds are produced. And so mechanically you can also prune every year during the flowering season, that's March to April, before the fluff is released. So you can use proper tools and safety gear for tall trees, use pole pruners or hire professionals. That is on a mechanical front. You can also reduce the cotton, popular cotton, control popular cotton. That is, you remove the inflorescences or the catkins, which is a female inflorescence. So timely pruning of female catkin before seed fluff maturation is an effective mechanical measure to prevent the formation and spread of popular cotton. So we can go for mechanical measures also. There is also a public health prevention, preventive and control measures. Now, one has to be proactive since it is a nuisance, but one has to be selective because it is also keeping in view the economic aspect of the popular also. But public health is a paramount, and there should be you use the masks, and you have to keep your windows closed, and you avoid outdoor activity and use the air purifiers, and also maintain personal hygiene. You clean indoor spaces and also protect vulnerable groups, and you also stay informed about this. So you have to be careful. You watch for the symptoms. If a respiratory symptoms are there, if eye symptoms are there, skin symptoms are there, and then you seek the medical help. And if there is a breathing difficulty or wheezing and severe eye irritation or pain, and then you have to consult the medical practitioner. But public health preventive and control measures, and that can protect yourself from popular cotton seed fluff by going through these measures. Use mask, keep window closed, avoid outdoor activity during these months, and then use air purifiers and all this. So that means you can follow these simple measures to reduce exposure and protect your health. Now, seeing the preventive measures also, we have to go for the conservative measures and what are the policy responses now. Now, since a species replacement is possible, we can go for native tree like chinar, Platanus orientalis. We can use Divdar, or we can also go for the use of walnut and willow, that is species replacement. What can be the government action now? Since 2018, there is a ban on female popular plantation in urban areas. There should be mass awareness. There is seasonal health advisories by Srinagar Municipal Council and health departments. What is the role of a community now? If a community, they have as a responsible community, they have to report dense female popular zones to local authorities. And since a policy is there, policy now has to balance the economic needs with public health, since native species provide ecological benefits without seasonal flaws. So we have to go for the conservative measures, and there are policy responses also there. What are the interesting factors? Did you know now? Populus deletoides grows 5 to 6 feet per year in Kashmir Valley, and it reaches full size in 10 to 15 years versus 30 to 40 years for local Populus ciliata. Only female trees produce flowers. One mature tree, that is one mature female tree, releases millions of seeds annually. And it leads to seasonal cotton snowfall, which is prevalent during April to June. And this seeds with these hairs, which are very light and dry, it can travel 5 to 10 kilometers by wind. So popular trees basically this deletoid is a fast growing within 10 to 15 years, but because of this nuisance, but keeping other things in view, popular tree supports a 600 crore industry in Kashmir. 600 crore industry in Kashmir, and also which is used for apple boxes, 300 lakh per year, and plywood. This is the produced from the popular tree. Popularly called ration popular or Rusifres, even though it is from East North America. So origin of this popular is from East North America, but a local misnomer, that is not a botanical one. Locally it is named as ration popular, though it is not a ration popular. And female clones were planted widely because they grew fast, uniform, and propagated easily through cuttings. That is why more female trees were planted. After 2015, J&K Forestry Department advised planting male clones only. And urban areas were banned. They banned female poplars planting in 2018 to reduce health impact. So the cotton snowfall, which is in April to June, which leads to May illness, and also you are naming them as ration poplars or Rusifres. They are not Rusifres. They are from East North America, and but since the female plants were planted massively under World Bank scheme, and for its uniform and growth, and that is why we experience a cotton snowfall menace in Kashmir. But see, popular floss itself, as I said, is not an allergen basically, but it has a potential uses also. It's basically made up of cellulose, and the floss is biodegradable. It's used for insulation, packaging in rural areas. It can be a textile substitute because of its light, buoyant, water-resistant fiber, which is used in pillows, mattresses, and insulation. It is used in paper and packaging because it has a high cellulose content. It makes it suitable for paper pulp and biodegradable packaging. It can be used as an agricultural mulch, used to retain soil moisture and suppress weed in orchards. And craft and composite materials applied in handmade paper decorative arts, eco-friendly composites. Or it can use it can it is used it acts as an airborne particle trap because fluff captures dust and pollen, useful for environmental monitoring. The bottom line here is that popular floss can be collected and processed to reduce nuisance and create economic value. And here is a important thing that should be a community collection drives of cotton floss during May that can turn nuisance into income. So as we have seen, we call it as a nuisance because of some adverse health impacts and because of its more prevalence in a particular month. But if it is properly taken and collected and processed, it can be turned into an income. So we have seen here what a popular deletoids is, what is basically a cotton menace in or nuisance in Kashmir. For references and sources and further readings, you have J&K Forest Department Annual Reports 2018 to 2023. You have J&K State Pollution Control Board Air Quality Bulletins. You have Sher Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences Srinagar Department of Pulmonary Medicine Seasonal Data. You have Botanical Survey of India, Flora of Kashmir. And these are government and academic sources for verification. For local advisories, check SMC's and J&K Forest Department website. So these are some of the references which can be a source and sources for further reading. Thank you for watching this Popular Cotton Menace presentation. Hope you have liked it and you have it has cleared some of the doubts about the Rusi Fresh. If you have liked it, please hit the like button, watch, share and subscribe the Green Treasure. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.